Welcome in, everybody, from Somerset Park in Sabetha, Kansas. We are coming at you for a semifinal matchup between the Sabetha Bluejays and the Nemaha Central Thunder. Nemaha Central defeated – who did they defeat last?
I don't even remember.
Nemaha Central defeated Hiawatha last Friday night to take on – they will face the 3-seed Sabetha Bluejays here. The Nemaha Central is the 2-seed, so they will be considered the home team in this matchup. I'm Cody Steinluggy. I'll be calling the game for you. Today is May 21st, 2025. Got Caleb Ridenauer. He put on the mic again, so he's doing some double duty. He's doing the production and going to give a little color commentary. Caleb, thanks for being here.
Not a problem. Glad to be here.
So let's go through some of the starting lineups. We'll start out first for Sabetha Bluejays. Leading off is going to be Kyler Winger. He's going to be playing shortstop. Following him is going to be Reed Mitchell. He's going to be behind the dish. Then you got Mitchell Kramer. He's going to be on the mound for the Bluejays today. Followed up by Jayton Meyer in the cleanup, and he's going to be playing the hot corner at third base. Followed up by Ike Tramp at first base. Then you got Micah Lang in left field, Curtis Fitzgerald in center, Cole Menold in right, and then Isaac Harder rounds things out in the 9-hole at the second base position. Sabetha is coached by Curtis Hamilton, assisted by Joseph Gruber and Dustin Gruber. Now for Nemaha Central. Caleb Heenick is going to be leading things off, playing second base, followed by Jack Mackey playing third base. Evan Olberdine will be in the 3-hole at shortstop. Sam Nordis is batting cleanup, and he'll be holding down center field. Reese Garrity is in the DH spot in the 5-hole, followed by Derek Wirtz playing left field tonight. Then Caden Peterson at first base. Levi Thomas behind the dish, then Carter Hike in right field. Smits is going to be on the mound for Nemaha Central. And Nemaha Central is coached by Skylar Mayberry, assisted by Jesse Helm and Austin Garrity. So, beautiful day, a little bit better weather conditions.
Yeah, it's not as windy.
Yeah, the last time we were here, it was gusting from about third base to the right field foul pole, probably anywhere from 60 to 80 miles an hour. That's just a little bit of facetious, but yeah, it was windy, and anything in the air, it made it just, it was terrible for the fielders. It was not a fun ball game to call, but absolutely beautiful. Mid-70s right now, slight breeze coming out of the west again, kind of the same direction, blowing from about that third base bag towards right center will help everything on the right side of the field carry today. And we are going to go through some of the lineups.
Sabetha will be the visitors on the scoreboard, and Nemaha Central will be the home team. Just a reminder for all, sportsmanship is an expectation. Let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the umpires officiate, and let the spectators be positive. As I announce each team's starting lineup, I would ask that you would respectively line up.
So we are going to listen for the starting lineups for each team. We'll let the PA announcer take over. We'll be back after a bit.
Starting catcher, number 4, Reed Mitchell. Starting pitcher, number 7, Mitchell Kramer. Starting at third base, wearing number 23, Jayton Meyer. The starting first baseman, number 12, Ike Tramp. Starting in left field, number 10, Micah Lang. The starting center fielder, number 8, Curtis Fitzgerald. Starting in right field, number 3, Cole Menold. And the starting second baseman, number 5, Isaac Harder. Sabetha is coached by head coach Curtis Hamilton, assisted by Dustin Gruber and Joe Gruber. And now for the home team, the Nemaha Central Thunder. Starting at second base, number 10, Caleb Heenick. The starting third baseman, number 13, Jack Mackey. Starting shortstop, number 3, Evan Oberdine. Starting in center field, number 21, Sam Nordis. The designated hitter, number 8, Reese Garrity. Starting in left field, number 23, Derek Wirtz. The starting first baseman, wearing number 14, Caden Peterson. Starting catcher, number 12, Levi Thomas. Starting in right field, number 22, Carter Hike. And the starting pitcher, number 5, Camden Schmitz. Nemaha Central is coached by head coach Skylar Mayberry, assisted by Jesse Helm and Austin Garrity. Umpires for this second semifinal game behind the plate will be Mr. Rick Weber. Down the third base line, Mr. Jeff May. And down the first base line, Mr. Dean Carlson.
Defensive field here for the Nemaha Central Thunder. It'll be Schmitz again on the mound. Thomas behind the plate. It will be Peterson at first.
And there we have it. The national anthem was played before the start of the game today, so the previous game. And in that previous game, Marysville, the 4 seed, took down the number 1 seed, Riverside. That is a 12-3 final. So Nemaha Central, with the highest seed remaining so far in this regional matchup, they are the 2 seed. If they can get past Sabetha, they would have a matchup with Marysville right after this game, set to first pitch at 6:30, somewhere around there. But first, you have to get past a very good Sabetha team that they've had plenty of history with.
Yeah, it seems like we always meet up with Sabetha in the postseason.
Yep, always. And as we speak, the girls are taking on Sabetha in the semifinals over in Marysville. If you are so inclined, you can go over to the SCTV page. Bo Burkett has the feed up. There is no
Commentary.
no commentary, no score bug or anything like that. He's going to be putting on the comments there what the score is. But he did get approval through SCTV, so it's going to be on the SCTV page to stream it. And if not, you can just stay right here. We'll bring you some baseball action from Somerset Park. Camden Smits, like we said, on the mound for Nemaha Central. Not an overpowering pitcher. He works with a lot of movement. See how his control is. If his control is on point, he's going to be tough to hit. Sometimes in the later innings, he has a tendency to lose some of that control. We'll see what type of a leash he has with Skip Mayberry tonight. Very good pitcher, junior pitcher for Nemaha Central, though. And Kyler Winger steps into the box, and we are underway from Somerset Park. Winger playing shortstop for the Bluejays this evening. And here's the first pitch. Fouled right back into the net, and it's 0-1. Smith comes set. Here's the pitch. Got Winger to bite on the pitch. That was probably a little bit outside, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2. Smith comes set, and here's the offering. Little dribbler. That's going to get in there right between third base and shortstop, and Winger's on with a 0-2 single. So Kyler Winger sitting on first base now. Good speed on the base paths. That'll bring up Reed Mitchell. He's working behind the ditch today for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Overding tried to backhand that ball, and it just hit off the palm of the glove.
I'm not sure Overding would have had a play if he fielded it cleanly. Winger kind of cue-balled that one off the end of the bat, and it was not hit hard enough.
It would have been a close play.
Winger not going anywhere at first. In for a called strike. Woof. And that looked from up here, it looked well low. But 0-1 count to Reed Mitchell. Swung on, shot up the middle. Henix there, over to 2, the throw over to 1. Not in time, but they do get the lead runner at second base. It's going to go down as a 4-6 putout. 4-6 fielder's choice for the first out of the inning. Now Mitchell Kramer will come up, the 3-hole hitter for the Blue Jays. That will be Reed Mitchell sitting on first base. Outside. Good block by Thomas behind the dish. There's probably, 25 feet behind Thomas all the way back to the backstop, so anything that gets past is easily one base. Smith comes set. Outside part just got the black, and that evens things out at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Looks like the umpire's liking those corners.
Yeah, he's got a wide zone to start out. Let's see if that zone stays consistent throughout the game. A lot of times they'll come out and swung on a miss. A lot of times they'll come out and start out with a wide zone and kind of squeeze it as innings go.
Yep.
But Smith's ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mitchell Kramer. Reed Mitchell still on first base, not a terribly large lead. Here's the offering, swung on, shot out towards left field. Wirtz is there, waiting on it. He does record the out, throws in, no advancement from Mitchell. So Kramer put a charge into that, but must have just missed it a little bit because the way it came off the bat, it looked like that was going to be a lot longer hit than it was. Wirtz able to camp out underneath of it, probably 20 feet from the wall. And that'll bring up Jayton Meyer, the cleanup hitter for Sabetha. Smith steps off the mound, checks the runner over at 1. Smith's really worried about Mitchell now at first. Outside, no. Ball 1. Here's the offering. Swung over the top of it to Jayton Meyer, and it's even 1 ball, 1 strike. In my estimation, Camden needs to really focus at the batter. Stop worrying so much about that runner at 1.
Yeah, there's 2 outs.
Yeah.
Just worry about the batter.
Swung on, shot out towards center field. Nordis is coming in, battling the sun. He's underneath of it, and he catches it to record the out. So Sabetha sends 4 players to the plate in the first inning. They strand 1 at first base. And the bottom 1 we go. It's a 0-0 ball game from Somerset Park. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
National Bank is truly a locally owned bank. It was started 40 years ago by a group of approximately 15 families in this Nemaha County area. Their desire was to have and to start a new banking institution, and they did. CNB is truly committed to the area and remains very locally owned. So stop by and give us a chance to be your financial partner.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors. TFI Family Services, Souther Building Supply, Crestview Nursing Home, Community National Bank, and Ag Partners. Thank you for all that you do with your support of SCTV. Mitchell Kramer will be towing the rubber for the Blue Jays. Up first will be Caleb Heenick, the second baseman. That'll be Jack Mackey. Jack Mackey got moved up to that 2-hole. He was one of the bottom third type of players in the lineup for most of the season, but his on-base percentage is great. He's not a great on-ball hitter, but he does take a lot of pitches, gets on base, takes a lot of walks. So obviously Skip wanted to get somebody on base in front of the trio of Olberding, Nordis, and Garrity. That's who you're going to face in the 3, 4, 5 hole, and that worked out well in the quarterfinal action against Hiawatha. Mackey got on 3 times, came around to score a couple times in that game. So hopefully that same type of production can come out of that 2-hole tonight.
Yeah, let's see what kind of offense the Thunder can muster in this game.
It is going to be tough. Mitchell Kramer is a good pitcher for the Blue Jays.
He's supposed to run track tomorrow.
And there's a throw down to second, and Caleb Heenick is coming up. He ended the regular season with a .444 batting average, slugging .611, had 24 hits, 9 doubles, only 5 walks on the year. So he likes to hack up there at the plate, and most of the time is coming in. Flare out towards center field. Center field playing back, and that's going to drop in there for a hit. Heenick's rounding first base, throw into second. It's going to be close, and he's in there for a double to start out the game.
That was a good layout by the center fielder. He just come up short.
Yep, Fitzgerald charged in, and that was a good one to lay out on, too. That ball was not really carrying. If you lay out and don't catch that one, it's not like it's going to roll to the wall. So either way, Heenick is on with a double to start out, and the leadoff batter on second base and scoring position. Jack Mackey now in the 2-hole. See if he squares around here, try and move him over to third. And he does do that, pull back in time. Looks going to be 1 ball, no strikes to Mackey. Squares around again. Does get the bunt down the third base side. Mitchell throws over to 1 in time. Or Mitchell Kramer, good play from the pitcher coming off the rubber. Make that throw over to 1. But the runner does move over, and Heenick's going to be sitting at third base with less than 2 outs. So a good opportunity for Olberding and or Nordis coming up. Swung on shot over to the shortstop, and that's going to score Heenick. Olberding's on with an RBI single.
Well, Mackey did his job and got Heenick over to third base, and Olberding come around, and he did his job.
Yep, keep the line moving. That's what it's all about. 3 plate appearances by these Nemaha Central Thunder and 3 good plate appearances. That'll bring up Nordis, the cleanup hitter. Good breaking ball in there from Mitchell. Kramer gets the inside part of it called strike. Olberding swiped a handful of bags this year with a decent lead at first. Here's the offering. Inside again. Didn't get the call this time. Evens out the count 1-1. Sam Nordis, third on the team with a .432 average, .559 on base. Having a heck of a senior season. Big breaking ball. Stayed up in the zone a little bit. 2 balls, 1 strike. 18 RBIs at the end of the season for Sam Nordis, the leading RBI getter for the Thunder. Swung on, a little flare out towards right center field. That's going to drop in for a hit. Olberding's rounding second base. He's going to go into third. Nordis up at second base, and they're going to stop Olberding at third. So Nordis gets on with a double and drives Olberding all the way over to third. And now there's 2 people in scoring position for Garrity, the designated hitter, the big lefty with that wind blowing out towards right field. Just 1 out in the inning so far. We're going to have a runner at second and third now. So anything halfway deep with Olberding's speed at third base should be good enough for a sacrifice. Get 1 run across at least. Anything through the infield on the ground, probably going to score 2 at this point.
Yeah, Sam's got enough speed. He can.
Yeah.
He should be able to make it around.
And Mitchell Kramer takes a step back. Garrity really loves crowding that plate. I talk about it all the time, but that left foot is on the white. He's got 9 hit by pitches on the season for it. Shot down the left field line, that's going to be foul. Well behind on that one.
Early on in the season, he had the whole toe on that line, and now it looks like he's moved it back just a little bit.
He really likes to turn on that ball to right. Here's the offering. Low and in the dirt. Good block by Mitchell behind the dish. Still 2 on, 1 out. Bottom 1. 1 run has come across already for Nemaha Central this inning. Kind of jammed him in on the hands, and Garrity able to fight that one off, fouling out of play. But he'll be down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Up next will be Wirtz. Should anyone get on past that, it'll be Caden Peterson. Upstairs, and that'll even things out at 2 apiece. Garrity hit .341 on the season, .526 on base. 4 doubles, 1 triple, couple home runs. Big breaking ball, stayed outside. And that's going to be a full count now. Here's the payoff pitch from Kramer, working out of the stretch. Garrity gets just enough of it to stay alive at the plate. So we'll do it again.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to pitch him on the outside.
Yes, pitch him away from that power. Here's the payoff. And once again, jammed him on the inside part on his hands. Fouled it off. This has been a good battle between Garrity and Kramer. This is the 8th, 9th pitch at bat.
Yeah.
Here's the offering. Swung on, fouled back,
And
now to play
one.
again. We'll do it one more time.
At least one more time.
Yeah, the way this is going, we could be here for a bit. Overdeen sitting at third. Nordis at second base. Kramer with the pitch. Big breaking ball in there for a call. Oh, there's going to be a walk. Ooh,
Catcher wanted it.
I thought that was in there. Ooh.
I don't know where it missed, but
So Garrity's on. That one's a tough one. And we're Nemaha Central broadcast.
yeah.
So that'll bring up Derek Wirtz with the bases juiced. Wirtz batted .333 on the season, .418 on base. Takes a strike call in the outer half. Good job by Mitchell Kramer. Coming back and locating there. Tried the same spot, just a little bit farther outside this time. Evens out the count, 1-1. Shot down the right field line, but that's going to be foul. Wirtz, a potential double play candidate.
Yeah.
I mean, not the greatest speed on the base pass. Good hitter, just needs to keep that ball elevated if you're Wirtz right here.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to pitch him on the outside half of that plate.
Corners for Sabetha are playing slightly in. And there's the dribbler back up. Throw home for 1. Throw it over to 1 for 2. And Sabetha gets out of it with a double play. That's going to be a 1-2-3 double play. Good execution from Mitchell Kramer, and then Mitchell behind the plate and Tramp at first. So they get out of the jam.
The unconventional double play.
1, 2, 3, yeah. But it works. So you're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Ag Partners is a full-service agricultural cooperative owned by area farmers, residents, and businesses. And our team works every day to help contribute to their success, keeping profits in the communities we all call home. We continue to look for the right team members to grow successfully together through our core values of honesty, integrity, and teamwork. If you're looking for a career with great benefits and a focus on your future success, come join our team.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors. SBS Insurance, United Bank and Trust, Nemaha Valley Motors, St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church, Cook & Company, and CNB Custody. Camden Smith's back out on the mound for Nemaha Central. First up for the Blue Jays will be Ike Tramp, the first baseman, followed by Micah Lang, then Curtis Fitzgerald. So Nemaha Central leaves the bases loaded. Really great opportunity in the bottom one to put more runs on the board, but leave it at just one. Shot down the right field line, fouled out of play. Camden Smith's working fast out of the windup. Outside. That'll even things out at 1-1.
I might need one later.
Inside. Looked like it might have caught a little bit of the jersey. Umpire didn't see it that same way.
Yeah, it looked really close.
2 balls, 1 strike to Tramp. Shot out to second base. Has it. Over to 1 in time. Nice play by Heenick and Peterson. That's for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Michael Lang now for the Sabetha Blue Jays.
Now batting the left fielder, number 10, Micah Lang.
Lang, the lefty. Here's the offering. In the dirt.
No, he called it a strike.
Are you serious? I thought that bounced off the plate. I didn't have the best view of it. So 0-1. That one's in there, that big breaking ball. That one had Lang. That was a good pitch. First one was borderline. That one had Lang confused. So he's up in the count 0-2.
Yeah, that one looked like it started at his shoulders and just dropped.
Outside part of the plate, didn't get the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lang. Here's the offering from Smits. Swung on, shot down the right field line. If it's fair, it's going to be in for a hit, but that's trailing back to the foul side, and that's out of play. Not much foul territory up that right field and left field line the farther you go out there. Just about 6 feet from the line all the way to the foul ball, to the chalk. So
if you're not paying attention, you're going to run right into that brick wall.
And that brick wall's only about, 3.5 feet up, so that's a rough place to catch it, too.
Yes.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lang now. Here's the offering. Fouled off. Into the Sabetha dugout. Nice play by one of the reserves. Still 2-2 count to Lang. In there, big breaking ball. See now, where'd that one miss?
I don't know.
Camden Smiths was a little frustrated at that no call as well. This an inconsistency for both sides so far behind the dish. Lang gets a piece of it, stays alive, still 3-2 count.
Well, we can say this. The umpire has been consistently inconsistent.
He has so far. It's been both sides. Swung on, got a piece of it again, and we'll do it one more time. Here's the offering from Smits, and gets Lang to offer at 1 outside. Good pitch. Lang, if he didn't swing at it, that was going to be ball 4, but he offered at it, and that's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Curtis Fitzgerald, the center fielder for Sabetha. Hot shot, that's going to be through the infield, out into right. Fitzgerald's on with a 2-out knock to keep the inning alive. That'll bring up Cole Menold now, the right fielder, today for the Blue Jays. Not much you can say about that for Curtis Fitzgerald. Just took that ball where it was pitched and went the opposite way. Outside pitch went down and put the barrel on it. That was a good piece of hitting by Fitzgerald. Now Smits has to work out of the stretch. Outside. Ball one.
Nope.
Oh,
Calls
my
it a
gosh.
strike. He's got a wide strike zone.
So 0-1 the count. Upstairs. I'm just going to wait to make the call.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I think everybody up here would agree with you.
Smith's really worried about Fitzgerald now on first. Fitzgerald doesn't have a great lead. That one's upstairs as well. 2 ball, 1 strike. What?
I'm speechless.
That, I don't know where that missed. So 3-1 count now to Menold. Upstairs, and that's going to be ball 4, and there's going to be runners on first and second now. And that'll bring up 9-hole hitter Isaac Harder. This is going to be someone that you got to go right after if you are Camden Smiths. You want to take care of the 9-hole hitter and get out of this inning. Do not let the lineup turn over and get that lead up with runners on. Shot out towards towards left field. Olberding going out, and he's going to make it a catch. Good job by Evan Olberding. I thought that was going to be Wirtz all the way, but that kind of hung up, and Olberding hustling out to secure the out for the final one of the inning. And it's still a 1-0 game as we go to the bottom 2. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Being one of the top investment custodians in the country is something we're proud of, but we are even more proud that we made it happen from right here in Seneca. C&B Custody is the best in our industry because of our people that were raised in this community knowing how to work hard on farms, in small businesses, in sports, and at some of the best schools around. Our Kansas values mean we know how to treat our customers right, something our competitors can miss. Working as a team, we accomplish big things every day.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors. First Heritage Bank, Life Care Center of Seneca, Mitchell Appliance, Nemaha Valley Community Hospital, and Shelter Insurance. So Sabetha gets a couple of runners on in the top half of the inning. Don't get anyone over. Strand a pair. And first up for Nemaha Central will be Caden Peterson in the second inning. Strike call right at the knees. Good cut on it for Peterson. Fouls it back and out of play. And he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. Peterson with a defensive swing does put the bat head out on it. A little roller over to Harder at second base and plenty of time to first. And that's the first out of the inning.
It looked like he really wanted to get that hit.
Yeah, well, you're down in the count 0-2. That's a defensive swing. You're not going to get rung up. So, up next will be Levi Thomas, the sophomore. Takes a strike call at the knee. Mitchell Kramer working a little bit faster this inning. A little bit of chin music.
Only that wouldn't have hit him in the chin.
1-1 the count. Came inside again a little bit. 2 balls and 1 strike now.
I don't think he wants to use that pencil bat.
Here's the offering from Kramer. Comes back on the outside part, gets the strike call. So good setup, a couple pitches inside. Then comes back on the outside with the call. 2-2 count. Shot out. That's going to be over top of the shortstop, and he's got himself a knock. So Levi Thomas will be on first base with a single. That'll bring up Carter Hike.
They always say hit it where they're not.
Yeah, that was nice. Much like the hit in the top half of the inning, just kind of took that where that ball was pitched, outside part, put the barrel of it, and got a knock out of it.
Yep.
Carter Hike, the junior, is going to square around to bunt. Takes a strike call. Did pull back, but the called strike with Levi Thomas. Hike's got a lot of power. He's got a lot of potential at the plate, too.
Actually, we had a courtesy runner. I think that is Ben Sudbeck.
Strike call right on the outside part, and Hike's down 0-2, so that's Sidbeck on first base now. Courtesy runner for the catcher, of course. Snap over. Sidbeck kind of stumbled going back into the base, had to get his arm out at the last second. That was a lot closer than it needed to be.
He was taking his second step for his leadoff, and he wasn't ready for that.
No. 0-2 count. Swung on and missed, and that's the second out of the inning. But the order will turn over. Caleb Heenick coming back up now. Got on with a double to start out the game. Came around to score later for the only run so far in the match. He'll have 1 on and 2 outs. Fouled it up, and that's going to reach the seats. Like we talked about, Heenick with a .444 average, 24 hits on the year, 12 RBIs, 21 runs. When he goes up there to swing.
And that's what you want the leadoff batter to do.
Mm-hmm. Big breaking ball called for a strike, and Heenick's down 0-2. That one had Heenick a little buckled. I think he was expecting something else. So 0-2 count, 2 outs, runner at first. Big breaking ball, and the runner's going down to second. Throw down. He's in there. So 1 ball, 2 strike now for Heenick, and a runner in scoring position as Sidbeck swipes the bag. Upstairs. That'll even things out at 2 apiece. Heenick playing second base today for the Thunder. Just a sophomore, having a terrific sophomore campaign. Takes strike 3 called right at the knees, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So Nemaha Central strands a runner at second base in the bottom 2. As we go top 3, it's still a 1-0 ball game. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Nemaha Valley Motors has been proudly serving our Northeast Kansas community for over 5 decades. Come check out our great selection of vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and GMC trucks. Don't see what you're looking for? Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Don't forget about service. Our technicians are factory trained to handle any mechanical issues, including alignments. Come experience the difference here at Nemaha Valley Motors in Seneca.
Come be a part of our family.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some more of our sponsors. First Heritage Bank, Life Care Center of Seneca, Mitchell Appliance, Nemaha Valley Community Hospital, and Shelter Insurance. Top 3, and it will be the top of the order for Sabetha Bluejays as Kyler Winger, the leadoff batter, will come up to hit first. Got on with a single in his first at-bat, was thrown out at second, and a fielder's choice when Mitchell hit after him. Inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
There's another one that looked like it almost hit his jersey. on the inside.
Yeah, but looked like a graze. Man, they called that a strike.
Oh, he did?
Wow.
Okay. Well, I called it a ball.
Two balls, one strike. Winger really does crowd the plate a little bit, but dang. Here's the offering from Smits. 3-1 count. Swung on, hot shot over to Mackey at third, throw over to one. In time. So the first batter of the inning is retired, and that'll bring up Reed Mitchell. Reed Mitchell hitting to a fielder's choice, a 4-6 fielder's choice, his first time up.
Number 4, Reed Mitchell.
A little low. Ball one. Swung on, foul back, and out of play. 1-1's the count. Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Smith's taking his time on the mound today. He got sped up a little bit in that second inning. Now he's back to taking his time, working methodically. Here's the offering. Foul back and into the net. 2-2 count now. Mitchell Kramer on deck. Jayton Meyer after him. And should anyone get on past that, it'd be Ike Tramp. Inside and counts full.
I'll let you have that one this time, Cody.
Counts full. Yeah,
Counts
well,
full.
like we said last night, it's good enough for Denny and Lefevre.
That's right. Oh, wow.
Oh, strike 3 right at the knees called.
Okay.
Now batting the pitcher, number 7, Mitchell. Kramer.
So that'll bring up Mitchell Kramer. Man, this has been an inconsistent performance behind the dish. Inside. Strike call right in there. That one evened it out 1-1. Low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Smits comes set, and here's the windup. Well outside, and that's 3-1 count now. Smits has gone deep in most of his at-bats. I mean, he's not working clean on the mound today for Nemaha Central. That's going to be a walk. Mitchell Kramer, good at-bat. He's going to be on first, and that'll bring up Jayton Meyer.
Now batting the third baseman, number 23, Jayton Meyer.
So Smits comes set, working out of the stretch now. Kramer sitting on first, healthy lead. Here's the offering. Swung on, popped up, and that's going to reach the seats. Heads up over there. Jayton Myers down on the count 0-1. Once again, Mitchell with a healthy lead. Nothing groundbreaking over there at first. There he goes. And the ball isn't fielded cleanly by Thomas behind the plate. He went to throw it before that ball was secure in his glove. So Mitchell does take second base, but that ball is called a strike, and it's an 0-2 count. Big breaking ball. Trails a little bit too far on the outside half. 1-2 strike now to Jayton Meyer. Ike Tramp on deck. Michael Lang in the hole. Upstairs. Even things out at 2 apiece. Swung on, shot out towards left field. It's in front of Wirtz. Wirtz has a hard time playing it. Would have been a throw at the plate, but Wirtz didn't field it cleanly, and 1 run comes across for Sabetha, and it's a tie ball game in Somerset Park. So Jayton Meyer comes up clutch, gets an RBI single, and Kramer comes around from second base and scores, and it's all tied up.
Yeah, that was a good piece of hitting.
It was a good piece of hitting. It would have been, there was a little bit of a misplay from Wirtz in left field. If he would have fielded that cleanly, we would have had a close play at the plate, but it bumped out of his hand.
Yep.
Strike called.
From up here, those balls look low.
We noticed that the other night too. Snap throw back to first. Now it gets past Peterson at first base. Meyer's going to slide into second base. No play as the ball bounces out of Olberding's glove. So now a runner in scoring position for Tramp.
What was that?
It's 1-1.
1-1 strike now to Tramp.
Just making sure.
So single here by Tramp with 2 outs gives Sabetha the lead. Smith comes set, and here's the pitch. Strike call right on the outside part. So 1-2 strike count now. Meyer sitting at second base. Big breaking ball. Stayed up in the zone. Man, Camden Smith wanted that, and he snapped at that ball when receiving it back from Thomas. So he was not happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
If you're Smiths, you need to worry about what you can control right now, not let it frustrate you. Swung on, a little flare out towards right center field, and that's going to drop in for a hit. 1 more run is going to score for Sabetha. They're going to take the lead. So Ike Tramp trades places with Jayton Meyer, and Sabetha has a 2-1 lead now in the top 3. Good. Once again, good piece of hitting from Sabetha.
Yep.
Back-to-back good plate appearances from the Blue Jays. And we're going to have a talk here from Coach Garrity trying to calm down his young pitcher, Smits. I think Smits is more frustrated with a lot of things out there that have been going on behind the plate. There's been some inconsistencies, and he's been frustrated. Sometimes when you have that frustration, you lose that focus, and it's tough to battle through. So I'm sure that's what Garrity is talking to him about. Calm down, 1 pitch at a time.
The 3A softball tournament in Marysville, all knotted up at zeros in the bottom of the 3rd inning between Nemaha Central and Sabetha.
Yeah, they just called it over the PA. If you're tuning in with us and not able to watch the softball game, it is knotted up at zeros.
Yep, 3rd inning.
That's what it's saying on bottom of the 3rd.
All right, so Michael Lang up to bat now with a runner in scoring position. Breaking ball on the outside part, doesn't get the call. 1 ball, no strike. Upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Smith comes set. Here's the offering. Strike call right across the knees again. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Lang. Lang's strikeout victim, his first plate appearance. Tramp with a decent lead at second base. Swung on, shot down the left field line. That's going to be foul. So that'll even things out to 2-2. Curtis Fitzgerald on deck and Cole Menold in the hole should someone get on past that. Stoppage in play. Had to take a minute to go get that ball off the field. Smith's come set. Here's the offering. Swung on, popped up, left field. That's going to be trouble. Wirtz charging in. He's not going to be able to get to it. Ike Tramp rounding third base. He is going to score, and it is a 3-1 lead for Sabetha. They hang a crooked number up in the top of the third inning. So Michael Lang with an RBI single. He'll be on first base for Curtis Fitzgerald. Smits. Inside pitch called a strike. Little dribbler back to Smits. Throw over to 1 in time, but the damage is done. 3 runs come across the plate for Sabetha in the top of the third. They take a 3-1 lead as we go. The bottom 3. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
There's a place where we all come together. A place where everyone knows your name and what the usual means to you. A place for conversations and for comfort. And the best biscuits and gravy in town. We know what it means to love a community, to be a part of a community, to be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors. Rainbow Communications, Sailor Insurance, Elk State Bank, United Methodist Church, and Water Conditioning of Seneca. Up first for the Thunder will be Jack Mackey. Had a nice sacrifice bunt in the first inning to move Olberding over from second base to third. Or, excuse me, Henoch. Swung on, shot over to shortstop. A little bobble in the field from Winger at short. Can't handle it. Would have been a close play with Mackey running, but either way, Mackey's going to be on first base to start off the inning.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Evan Oberding.
So back-to-back, or since the first inning, get the leadoff runner on for Nemaha Central. And it'll be Oberding. Hot shot over to third base. Go over to 2, then throw over to 1, and he's safe at first. So it will be a fielder's choice for Oberding. He will be on first. Mackey will be out at second. So almost a 5-4-3, but Oberding with his speed was able to leg it out. 1 down in the inning now for Sam Nordis. A little chopper. That's going to bounce over the first baseman. Oberding going from first to third. They do get the ball in. Throw over to third. Not in time, and there'll be runners on the corners now for Garrity.
Yeah, that was a good piece of hit by Nordis.
I mean, the launch angle was not optimal. He hit that thing straight down, but with the turf, I mean, he might have hit that into the circle.
Yeah.
And it just bounced over the first baseman's head. So Nordis at first. Oberding at third. Runners on the corners. Garrity. Throw down to second base. Nordis, he's dead to rights, and there's no advancement from Olberding at third. What a throw from Mitchell. What a play from Winger at second. They had Nordis by 6 feet.
And he called it a strike.
In the dirt. Good block from Mitchell. No advancement from Olberding. Meyer was playing off that bag quite a bit, so no chance for a snap throw either way. Shot up towards left center field. That's going to drive in one for Nemaha Central. Reese Garrity rounding first base. Chugging into second. In there with a double. So Garrity gets on with a double. That's huge. That's caught stealing. Sam Nordis is huge. That would have been a tying run with that shot from Garrity. So that'll bring up Wirtz. Wirtz hit into a 1-2-3 double play his first time up.
Yeah, that might be the spark right there that Nemaha Central needs.
Shot. That's going to go to Winger at short. Over to one in time.
Announcer's curse.
Yeah, well, Nemaha Central does get one run back, and it is a 3-2 ball game as we go top four. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
We are looking for what everybody's looking for. The employee who wants to come to work, wants to do what's right for the company, the same thing everybody's looking for. In order to entice people, we have a really good benefit plan, great health insurance, ownership, believes in good benefits for our people.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. And we will have a pitching change. It's going to be Sam Nordis. It's going to be Sam Nordis on the mound for Nemaha Central. So Camden Smith's night is done, gives up 3 runs. And it looks like Carter Hike is going to center field. And who we got in right field, Caleb?
Ben Sudbeck. That's who it looks like. Number 5.
Number 5, that is Sid Beck. No, Camden Smiths is going to.
Camden Smiths.
So, a little double switch. Camden Smiths goes to right. And that'll be Nordis on the bump. And Hike in center field. So, got that thing worked out. Here's the first pitch. Awkward swing. Awkward swing from Cole Menold. A little off balance. Outside, and that thing's evens up 1-1. Nordis went the distance in the quarterfinal game against Hiawatha the other night. Down in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Isaac Harder on deck, and then the Blue Jays lineup turns over. As Menold gets a piece of it, that'll even it out 2-2.
Yeah, it looks like Nordis is trying to get into his rhythm.
Yep, Nordis works a lot faster on the mound, gets that rhythm. Fouled back and out of play. Stay a 2-2 count. And works much faster. That makes things easier on you and I, too.
Yes.
Swung on a little hot shot over towards first base. Peterson has it. Takes it to the bag for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Isaac Harder.
Now batting the second baseman, number 5, Isaac Harder.
Big breaking ball stayed on the outside part.
Yeah, he had problems getting on top of that breaking ball on Friday.
Yeah, all of his other pitches were working good, but he couldn't quite get on top and turn it over. That one stays outside 2-0. Jammed him on the inside part, flared out behind shortstop, and Olberdine's there to record the out. 2 up, 2 down for Sabetha in the 4th inning. So that was a good pitch from Nordis. Notice that came on the inside, sawed him off right above the hands. So that'll bring up the top of the order, and Kyler Winger. Swung on, popped up. It's going to be trouble in right field. Smith's coming in, and he does not make the play. Bobbles it right at the ground. So that'll be an error on the right fielder, and that'll bring up Reed Mitchell.
Yeah, it looked like he tried a basket catch, and it just went right between his body and the glove.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see it, and he was battling the sun while making a sprint into that spot. That's a tough play, but it hit the gloves, one you probably ought to make. Now here's the pitch. Outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Nordis comes set. Swung on, shot out towards center field. Hike coming in underneath of it, and he has it for the 3rd out of the inning. So 4 come to the plate for Sabetha. They leave 1 stranded on first base as we go bottom 4. It's a 3-2 ball game with Sabetha, a 1-run lead. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Sailor Insurance has been serving our customers in the Midwest for over 90 years. At Sailor Insurance, we value every family story as we help protect their dreams and their future. Our goal is to make sure that you have the right insurance coverage to protect your family, home, farm, and business so you can focus on what truly matters. Learn more about what we can do for you at SailorInsurance.com.
They're going to look up here and say, well, this guy's drinking.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV.
Just having a little fun up here in the booth.
Oh, yeah, playing some classic Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I'd sing it, but nobody wants to hear that.
Oh, we want to hear it. Come on.
Nope.
So Mitchell Kramer still towing the rubber for Sabetha. 3-2 ball game. He's had a good outing so far. Worked out of some trouble in the first. Nemaha Central had an opportunity to absolutely blow the game wide open in the first, but only scratched 1 run across, and then Sabetha did all their damage in the top 3rd, where they put up a crooked number and 3 runs.
Yeah, we'll see what Nemaha Central has for an offense now.
Well, it will be Caden Peterson up first. Grounded out to the second baseman, his first plate appearance, followed by Levi Thomas and Carter Hike, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for NC. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Peterson gets a bat head out on it, a little flare out towards shortstop. Winger is there to make the play behind second base. It's 1 up, 1 down.
Didn't get much on that one.
Nope, that seemed like a defensive swing like it was in his first one. This one, though, he wasn't down 0-2.
Yeah.
So that'll bring up Levi Thomas, the catcher for NC.
Oh.
Fouled it off the dirt and then off of his head. Came back up and caught him in the helmet.
Right off the end of the eraser.
Yep. Good block by Mitchell. Nobody on, but 1 ball, 1 strike now. Popped up a mile in the air if it ever comes down. Third baseman in, and Meyer does make the play. Thomas was halfway between first and second base. That's how long that ball was in the air.
Yeah, it was probably a good 80 feet up.
If that would have happened last Friday night with that wind, that would have landed about 20 feet into right field.
Yeah.
So 2 up, 2 down. That'll be Carter Hike, the 9-hole hitter. So he fouls one out of play. He's down in the count 0-1. Carter Hike coming with a different bat. He always liked to use that pencil as well. Mitchell tried to frame that one. It was a little bit outside. Didn't get the call. 1-1. Breaking ball stayed up. In there for a called strike. That one had Hike a little bit buckled. Strike 3 called right across the knees, and that's the third out of the inning as Hike goes down looking. So it will be a 3-2 lead for Sabetha as we go in top 5. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Some are old. Some are new. Some are just right. The perfect home is a place created from the thousands of memories shared within it. A place for laughter. A place for comfort. A place for family and friends alike. We know what it means to have a place we call home. To be a part of a community. To be united. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball regional action from Somerset Park in Sabetha. Let's take a moment to recognize some more of our SCTV sponsors. TFI Family Services, Souther Building Supply, Crestview Nursing Home, Farm Bureau Insurance, Community National Bank, and Ag Partners. So Nemaha Central's had a few opportunities in this game, haven't been able to execute at the plate. Still just a 1-run game in top 5.
Leading off the 5th inning, the pitcher, number 7, Mitchell Kramer.
First up in the 5th inning is going to be Mitchell Kramer, the 3-hole hitter. So you got 3, 4, 5 to face for Nemaha Central. Nordis, good breaking ball. Mitchell Kramer just underneath of it, fouls it back into the net. Nordis comes set. Shot out towards Mackey at third is going to be a tough play. Long throw. Good stretch from Peterson at first base. You can record the out. That throw was a little bit up the second base line, but Peterson must have been working on his yoga because he had a good split and stretch on that.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him split that far and stretch out that far all year.
That was a good job from the first baseman for the Thunder. That'll be Jayton Meyer now. 1 ball, no strikes. Jayton Meyer had a single his last at-bat, came around to score later in the inning. 1 for 2, flied out to the center fielder his first time up. Popped up, and that's going to reach the seats. Meyer's back foot kind of gave out a little bit on that swing. In there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Meyer. Nordis comes set. Big breaking ball. Meyer had to get out of the way of it.
He didn't move very fast to get out of the way of that.
No, that big breaking ball is one that if you have to wear one. Swung on, popped up, and back out of play. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul, backing out of play again. That looks like it's going to hit a vehicle. Oh, yeah, it got one square.
I can't see it from where I'm sitting.
Yeah, it looked like it got that green one. Either way, it's 2-2 count. Shot down left field line. That's going to be in for a single at least. He rounds it. Thought about going to 2. Thought better of it. So Jayton Meyer is 2 for 3 on the day. He's got himself another single. He'll be sitting at first base. That'll bring up Ike Tramp, followed by Micah Lang.
Now batting the first baseman, number 12, Ike Tramp.
So Ike Tramp up to bat. Meyer with not much of a lead to speak of at first base. Outside pitch, didn't quite get the call. 1 ball, no strikes. Nordis comes set. Working out of the stretch now. Inside, didn't get the call, so worked outside, worked inside, just off the plate both times. He's down in the count 2-0. So he's going to have to come in here and give something to Tramp to hit. The runner at first. A little low. 3-0 count. Like we said, Michael Lang on deck, followed by Curtis Fitzgerald now in the hole. And Tramp was taking all the way, and that's a 4-pitch walk. So that'll move Meyer up to second base, and Tramp will be sitting at first base, and now Michael Lang coming up. Michael Lang got on with a single his last time up, struck out his first plate appearance in the second. Thomas coming out, instructing the infielder on some plays. And Lang is set. Inside.
I think he's tightened that strike zone up quite a bit.
He has. We talked about that early on in the game. That one gets past Thomas behind the dish. And there was... And... So the runners move up. Jayton Meyer actually ran into Jack Mackey at third base. If he would have came home, he would have gotten awarded home plate on obstruction. But he did not come home, so now there'll be runners at second and third. No call, and it's 3-0. That's 7 straight balls from Nordis. In there for a strike call.
That was a take all the way.
Yes, it was. So Meyer sitting at third. Tramp sitting at second. That one gets past Thomas. Going to be a play at the plate. No play. Thomas couldn't handle it. And Meyer comes around to score. And Sabetha extends that lead to 4-2 now. Tramp moves up to third in the process, so we got runners on the corners for Curtis Fitzgerald. And we have a mound visit from Skip Mayberry trying to settle down his senior captain and Sam Nordis.
Update from Lakeview. It is 3-0 Thunder.
All right, and what inning do we got?
In the top of the fifth.
Top of the fifth inning, so Nemaha Central takes a 3-0 lead over Sabetha for the softball side of things. Things not going so great on the baseball side right now. Nemaha Central trailing 4-2 against Sabetha. So back to it. Skip back to the dugout. We got runners on the corners now for Curtis Fitzgerald. Nordis comes set. And that ball gets away from Thomas. Had to block it at the dish. No chance to throw Lang as he goes and takes second. So 2 runners in scoring position now. Tramp on third, Lang on second. 1 run came across this inning. That runner moving up to second is big. Eliminates the chance of a double play as Fitzgerald swung on and missed. Counts even 1 apiece. Big breaking ball stayed up. So 2 balls, 1 strike now to Fitzgerald. Breaking ball just caught top of the zone. So 2-2 now. Cole Menold on deck. Isaac Harder in the hole. Big breaking ball stayed up this time, and the count's full.
He just can't get on top of that.
So count's full. Runners at second and third. Here's a payoff. Foul back and into the net, and we'll do it again. Here's the payoff once more. Breaking ball. That one looked good. Not sure where that one in the first and second inning. I think that one would have been a strike. So that's a tough one. So Fitzgerald draws a walk. Bases are jacked now for Cole Menold. Strike call on the inside part. Now the double play is still in order with that runner on first base.
And that would help us out quite a bit.
Outside, so you need to get Cole Menold to turn over on one. You'll get a shot towards one of the middle infielders, preferably. Foul back and out of play. So it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Menold. Isaac Harder on deck, and then the order turns back over to Kyler Winger. Got just enough of it to stay alive. Fouls it back into the net. We'll do it one more time. 1 ball, 2 strike. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was a good place to waste that pitch.
Yeah, purpose pitch, trying to get him to bite. Breaking ball. And they're going to say it hit him. So Tramp is going to come home. Lang's going to go to third. Fitzgerald's going to go to second. And Menold's going to sit on first now.
Another update from Lakeview. They are in a rain delay.
Really? Okay. So that'll bring up Isaac Harder with the bases still juiced. 2 runs have come across for Sabetha in this inning. Strike called. Swung on and missed. Down in the count is Harder 0-2. Swung on. Harder just got a piece of it. Stays alive. There haven't been a whole lot of swing and misses for either team in this game. Have you noticed that?
I've noticed that.
Both teams are really battling at the plate. Harder just about wore that one. Be a tough way to get an RBI, but 1 ball, 2 strikes, still to Harder. Swung on, shot out towards left field. Wirtz is coming in. He is there for the catch. Going to be a play at the plate. Throw down, and they got him for the double play. So Wirtz with a great throw from left field, and the Nemaha Central gets out of it with not too much damage done as 2 runs come across for Sabetha. It is a 5-2 lead. Nemaha Central will have the top of the order coming up in the bottom of the 5th. So you're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
What does it mean to be an independent insurance agency? Here at SBS, it means that our customers can be confident in knowing they are getting the coverage they want for the most competitive rates. With our independent status, we are able to partner with multiple competitive companies to quote your personal, farm, business, and life insurance needs. Contact your local SBS office today to find out what an independent agency can do for you.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Take a moment to recognize some of our sponsors: SBS Insurance, United Bank and Trust, Nemaha Valley Motors, St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church, Cook and Company, and CNB Custody. So Derek Wirtz makes the play. His momentum was coming in towards home plate as he made that catch and made threw an absolute dime to the cutoff man. The third baseman, Jack Mackey, throw home and in time to get the runner, so they doubled him up, and Heenick puts a charge into it, but that's not going to last very long as Fitzgerald comes up and makes the play. So Heenick sees 1 pitch, and he's out. And I'll bring up Jack Mackey, who cut off that ball. And at first when he came up and cut that ball off, I wondered why he was doing it, but all broke out just fine. Mackey able to turn the relay, get the runner at home. Takes one up around his shoulder for ball 1. Had him reaching for that one, a little off-balance swing. So 1-1 count now to Jack Mackey. In the dirt. 2-1 count to Mackey. Big breaking ball had him buckled. Nice pitch from Mitchell Kramer, man.
Yeah. Ball starts at the shoulder and just drops.
Mackey, little dribbler out to third base. It's going to be a tough play. Throw over to 1 in time. Good job by Meyer. Calibrating the steps he had to give. Throws over to 1, gets Mackey by about a step and a half.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Evan.
So I'll bring up Evan Olberding. Like we said, Evan Olberding batting .510 so far for the regular season. .579 on base, .673 slug, 25 hits, 14 RBIs, 21 runs. Just having a fabulous senior season. And 8 base on balls so far for the senior. And these are regular season stats. I have not added in any of the regional appearances. Foul back and into the net. Olberding in the box. Nordis on deck. Swung on and missed. And Olberding's down in the count 0-2.
Looked like he was swinging for the fences on that swing.
Yep, and that's not his.
That's not what you need to do here.
Takes one low and away. Olberding's the best player on this team by far with 2 outs. He chokes up on that bat, shortens his swing, and just puts a barrel on it. He takes ball 2 outside, so from 0-2 to 2-2. Inside, fouls it off, and that's going to hit him while it was in the box, so that's going to be a foul ball. Yeah, he was really chasing that one on the inside part. That was a tough one to battle off. Swung on, hit over towards Mitchell at shortstop. Winger at short, Throw over to 1 in, plenty of time. Good stretch by Tramp at first base to get that ball. So 3 up, 3 down with the top 3 in your order is not how you want to go in the 5th inning if you're Nemaha Central.
Thunder's running out of game time.
Yep. So as we move to top 6 It's a 5-2 ball game. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Work-life balance, being 10 minutes away from my kids, my own home. There's so many benefits to being in a small company in your own town that people and you can go do those things. You can get to your kids' events and not worry about you're missing something.
Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. Let's take a moment to recognize some more of our sponsors. SBS Insurance, United Bank and Trust, Nemaha Valley Motors, St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church, Cook and Company, and CNB Custody. Nordis still back on the bump for Nemaha Central in the 6th inning. And we just lost some picture. We'll try and figure that out, see what's going on. I will give you the play-by-play as if it was a radio until we get it back. First batter swung on, foul back and out of play. The first batter is going to be Kyler Winger, the leadoff for Sabetha. So 1, 2, 3 is going to be first batters. Same thing, fouled it back and out of play. So Nordis up in the count, 0-2. Winger fights that one off. Peterson is there. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down for Nemaha Central. And that'll bring up Reed Mitchell. Reed Mitchell, ace.
The catcher, number 4, Reed.
I did not record what he did in the 5th. Oh, I screwed up. That's pretty.
Yeah, I don't keep track of that stuff.
That's per the usual for me. So Reed Mitchell, what I have is 0 for 2. Not sure what he did his last at-bat. I apologize. As he takes ball 1 outside. Swung on. That one's down to first base. Peterson has a little bit of trouble with it and finally corrals the ball in his glove while holding on to first base with his foot. I mean, it's a little unorthodox how they got to the out, but I think it hit off both hands, a foot, and finally into his glove. So 2 up, 2 down.
Number 7, Mitchell Kramer.
Now bring a Mitchell Kramer, the 3-hole hitter, the pitcher for Sabetha tonight. Has been doing an excellent job on the bump. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. A little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the softball game, I think, is in a weather delay, as we talked about.
And that storm cell is headed this way as we lose the camera again.
Awesome. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Shot out towards right field. Smits is retreating. He's going to make the catch right at the fence, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for Sabetha in the 6th. As we go bottom 6, it's a 5-2 ball game. Nemaha Central needs to get something done really quickly. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
National Bank is truly a locally owned bank. It was started 40 years ago by a group of approximately 15 families in this Nemaha County area. Their desire was to have and to start a new banking institution, and they did. CNB is truly committed to the area and remains very locally owned. So stop by and give us a chance to be your financial partner.
We good? All right, sorry about that. Nemaha Central did score 2 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. If you're just joining us again, it is a 5-4 ball game. To start off, the top of the 7, Jayton Meyer hit a shot out towards center field, got on with a single, and then misplay by Carter Hike let him get the second bag. Swung on and fouled back into the screen is Ike Tramp. And we are monitoring the situation. There is rain coming in, so we do need to get this game in quickly as Nordis working on the mound with no outs, runner in scoring position. Shot down the right field line. That's going to be foul. So Nordis back set, 2-2 count. Ike Tramp the batter upstairs, and that's going to be a full count now. Janton Meyer sitting on second base. Like I said, we're sorry about the technical difficulties. We got on with a single misplay and then got over to second base as Nordis steps off. Wants to think about this one a little bit.
I can only work my magic so fast.
It's just part of it.
We're
Here's
at
set. Shot down. That's going to be in for a RBI. Meyer rounding third. He's going to score easily. Tramp going into second base with an RBI double. And it is a 6-4 ball game, so a little insurance if you're Sabetha in that situation. Tramp and Meyer trade places. So that'll bring up Micah Lang, the left fielder for Sabetha. Still nobody out in the 7th inning. Last frame. Nemaha Central needs to get out of this quickly and get the bats up. Lang squares around to bunt. Nordis fields it over to one in time, but that's going to move the runner up to third base. And Tramp's going to be sitting 90 feet away as Micah Lang has a nice sack bunt.
Yeah, Nemaha Central needs to keep their composure here and just settle down.
So Fitzgerald, the center fielder for Blue Jays. Nordis comes set, now steps off. Corners are in for NC. Any hot shot is coming home. Shot, and that's going to be in there for another hit. One more run comes across the plate for Sabetha. As Fitzgerald gets an RBI single, and it is back to a 3-run lead for the Blue Jays. Nothing fancy that they're doing, just moving the line one single after another, gap to gap.
Yeah, just hitting it where Nemaha Central is not. Doing what they're supposed to.
Yep, this is a good team. Cole Menold, 8-hitter, coming up with a runner at first. Snap throw over to one. Back in plenty of time is Fitzgerald. So Nordis comes set. Fitzgerald with a decent lead, trying to flinch. Shot, and that's going to be through and into right field. Fitzgerald is going to hold at second base, so runners at first and second now. They just hit. The hit parade continues for Sabetha. And that'll bring up Isaac Harder with runners on first and second. Nemaha Central needs to get out of this quickly as they can. And here comes Skip Mayberry. He's going to talk to a senior pitcher. Not sure if he's going to make a pitching.
Looks like he's making a pitching change.
Yep, they're going to bring in Derek Wirtz. So we'll take a quick commercial break and come back after Wirtz gets some work in. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Ag Partners is a full-service agricultural cooperative owned by area farmers, residents, and businesses. And our team works every day to help contribute to their success, keeping profits in the communities we all call home. We continue to look for the right team members to grow successfully together through our core values of honesty, integrity, and teamwork. If you're looking for a career with great benefits and a focus on your future success, Come join our team.
Fire. All right, welcome back. We were wrong. They were calling Wirtz in to play third base. It's going to be Jack Mackey coming on in relief. Runners on first and second. Still just one out in the inning.
While I'm at it, I can fix the camera.
Yep.
I just realized we were looking up in the sky.
Oh, that's all right. So, Sabetha with the hit parade in the seventh inning. 1, 2, 4 hits and a nice sacrifice bunt so far in this inning. 2 runs are across, runner on first and second now. Tough spot for Jack Mackey, the junior, to come into. And it will be the 9-hole hitter, Isaac Harder. Best possible scenario, you get him to roll over on one, get a double play. If not, the top of the order, and Kyler Winger is coming up after that. So you really want to get this out, if at all possible, get 2 in this situation. No, don't let that lineup turn over. Thomas calling out plays from behind the dish. Mackey comes set, and here's the offering. He's going to square around to bunt, pops it up, foul and back it out of the way. So you really want to try and get down on the top half of that ball. He got underneath of it. If he puts that into the field, that's an easy out. But it landed in foul territory. No harm, no foul. And Harder will get another chance at it, see if he squares around again. And Harder does swing away this time, fouls it back into the net, and he's down 0-2. Mackey comes set. And the runner is going, popped up. Peterson looking at the dugout. He might have enough room. He does make the catch over there. Throwback to 2. They got him doubled up. Curtis Fitzgerald took off towards third base. I thought with that pop-up he would have jumped back, but he must not have been paying attention. They double him off at second base, and Nemaha Central's damage control works as magic. They only get away with 2 runs in the inning, and it is a 7-4 ball game as we go to the bottom 7. You're watching Thunder Baseball on SCTV. We'll be right back.
Being one of the top investment custodians in the country is something we're proud of, but we are even more proud that we made it happen from right here in Seneca. C&B Custody is the best in our industry because of our people that were raised in this community knowing how to work hard, on farms, in small businesses, in sports, and at some of the best schools around. Our Kansas values mean we know how to treat our customers right, something our competitors can miss. Working as a team, we accomplish big things every day.
Welcome back. Bottom 7, last frame for Nemaha Central. They are down 3 runs. Caden Peterson with a good play, catch that ball in front of the NC dugout and throw back to second base and pick off Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald was stealing on the play, but with the height of that ball hit, you would have thought that he'd have been able to get back to second in time, but I was not paying attention to Fitzgerald. Didn't see what exactly happened to him at third base, but the Nemaha Central gets the double play that they so sorely needed.
Yeah, they need to get their offense going quick and get some runners on and move them around.
And they have just the guy coming up. Henick, the leadoff batter in the order, is coming up, followed by Mackey, then Olberding, then Nordis. Henick, chopper to shortstop is going to be a tough play with Henick's speed. Throw over to 1. They got him.
Yep.
Good play by Winger. Had to charge in and time that just right with the high bounce. That's an excellent play from the shortstop of Sabetha. Up next will be Mackey.
Now batting the pitcher, number 13, Jack Mackey.
So 2 outs left. Jack Mackey takes one upstairs. 1 ball, no strike. Mackey reached on an error in the 3rd inning. Had a nice sack bunt in the 1st and grounded out to the 3rd baseman his last at-bat. Swung on, shot towards the gap. Lang trailing over. He's going to be there to make the catch, and there's 1 out remaining for Nemaha Central in the season. Evan Olberding, who you wanted to play at the last-ditch effort, 5'10 average, 579 on base. Here's the pitch from Kramer. Swung on and missed by Olberding. Had him chasing on the outside one. Swung on, shot out towards center field. Fitzgerald is underneath of it, and he's got it
Ball game.
to record the out. And that's the final out of the game, and that's the final out of Nemaha Central season. They go down in the semifinals to Sabetha. So Sabetha moves on to the finale where they will play Marysville Bulldogs here in about half an hour. So congratulations to Sabetha. Nemaha Central drops at 7-4, and their season is over.
Yeah,
So
it was a good game.
it was. Nemaha Central battled back. And then Sabetha was just too much. They had some excellent hitting tonight. Nemaha Central wasn't great on the mound, and Sabetha took advantage of it.
Yeah, they were hitting the ball where Nemaha players weren't.
Yeah. So congratulations to Sabetha. They move on to the championship game. And like that, the 2025 varsity baseball season is over. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Caleb, for putting up with me all season, and thank you for putting on the headset as well.
It's been fun.
Yeah, so now you'll have to work on your color commentary throughout the year for next season.
No, we won't be doing that.
All right.
I'll still be the bland guy.
Well, it helps me out tremendously, I got to tell you. So signing off one last time for Sabetha Baseball. What's the score so far? Is it still 3-0? Oh, they're in a rain delay over in Marysville still.
And it's still 3-0 as far as I know.
Okay, so all right, so signing off one last time for baseball at least. Hopefully we get a chance to do some softball a little bit later.
Yeah.
If they can keep going on. But signing off for baseball from SCTV, I've been Cody Sonluggy calling the game for you. Caleb Ridenauer on the color commentary and all the production. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in that next game.